Happy Valentine's Day, y'all. We answered the list of questions that everyone's doing and decided to stick it in a video. I didn't get to hear his answers. He didn't get to hear mine.
So let's go check them out.
He better have answered correctly.
I did.
Have fun.
I just go?
Yeah, you just go.
I think he's gonna lie on his questions. Okay, we met. He was my barback at House of Blues.
How do we meet? We met at House of Blues. I was a barback at the time and she was a bartender.
Our first date was, oh, this is gonna sound terrible. He came over to my place to hang out. Not like that kind of hanging out.
Our first date wasn't an official go out eat, go out dance. It was me just going over to her apartment to hang out with her because we'd been talking for a long time, but our first official time to hang out was at her apartment.
How long have you been together? 10 years married, 3 years before, so 13 years total? Oh, next question, married. 10 years married this year.
How long have we been together? I guess we've been together probably about 13 years. We dated for about 2 years. We're engaged for about 1 year, and then we've been married almost 10 years. Which I guess is the answer to the next question, is how long we've been married. In September will be our 10-year anniversary. Crazy to think it's been that long already.
Age difference. He's older than me, that's all that matters. I guess. Probably less than a year.
Age difference is just 1 year. I'm 1 year older than her. I don't even think it's a full year, it's probably a few months.
Who was interested first? I was probably interested first because I knew as soon as I laid eyes on him that he would be trouble.
Who was interested first? I would probably have to say Donna was, because I was dating somebody at the time when I found out that she was interested in me. Who is taller? I am taller, but once again, only by a little much.
He's taller than me.
Who said I love you first? I don't exactly remember. I'm gonna have to say it was probably me, because I'm that awesome and romantic of a guy, but she's probably gonna say she did.
I probably said I love you first, but he wanted to. Most impatient. We both come from many years of bartending, so I would say we are equal on impatience. Can you not do everything faster?
Most impatient? Without a doubt, the most impatient person is me. She has her moments, but it's without a doubt, I am the most impatient person.
Most sensitive. Oh yeah, I'm definitely the most sensitive.
Most sensitive. So I'm the most impatient, but she is definitely the most sensitive.
Who's the loudest? If we're talking about laughing, that would be me. If we're talking about frustration, that would definitely be him.
Loudest. Depends on what you're talking about. She typically talks the loudest. I am more of an introvert, quiet guy, so I would say that she is the loudest. Unless I get angry. But one thing I love about her is her laugh that you used to be able to hear from upstairs when we were working at the House of Blues. Most stubborn. That's a good question. I feel like that one's pretty even. I feel like she's pretty stubborn, but if you were to ask her, I guarantee she says I'm pretty stubborn. But it kind of depends on what situation we're in. I feel like I'm more laid back. Falls asleep first? Me, without a doubt. When I hit the pillow, I'm asleep. Thank God. She usually wakes up all the time, so it's definitely me.
He definitely falls asleep first. It's like his head hits the pillow and he's snoring. Don't let him tell you that I snore. Cooks better. Me.
Cooks better? Donna, for sure. She cooks most of our meals. I'm mostly the grill guy, so she is definitely the better cook in the family.
Better morning person. That's a toughie. Did I mention that we bartended venues for a long time? We're both switching over to mornings, but it could go back or forth.
Better morning person. Better morning person. That is a good question. I feel like we're both we're not necessarily morning people, like we are hyper and energetic, but we both get up and get going. Nobody's usually crankier than the other person, so I would say that's pretty equal. Better driver, I would have to say me, mostly because I drive the most. She says I am horrible at navigating, so I drive, she navigates. It's the only way we get where we're going.
Better driver. Him. Most competitive. I think that's a draw. Maybe him.
Most competitive. I would have to say her. I have a competitive streak, but I feel like she is definitely the most competitive. But once Little D gets old enough, Little D is gonna take the cake. She is super competitive.
Funniest. Definitely me. Me. I mean, he's okay. He has his moments.
Funniest? Now I know she's gonna lie to you. You can't believe everything she says, but I am the funniest. Don't listen to a word she says. I'm the funny one.
Where do we eat out? Before Corona. Burgers.
Where do we used to eat out the most before 2020? I would have to say burger joints. Our favorite one was Offsite Kitchen in Dallas, which has closed because of the pandemic. But we used to bounce from burger joint to burger joint. So anywhere that served burgers was where we used to go out. Who is more social? Without a doubt is her. I'm an introvert. She is more of an extrovert to me, so without a doubt she is more social than I am.
I'm definitely more social. He doesn't really talk a whole lot. Who's the neat freak? I guess him. I'm neat about certain things, like stay out of my kitchen.
Who is a neat freak? I would have to say I'm the neat freak out of the family. I like to have things in place, not all the time, not perfectly, but I like to have things in place more often than not. Where was your first kiss? Our first kiss was on our first date at her apartment.
First kiss was in my doorway. Who initiated the first kiss? I think that was mutual. Maybe him?
Initiated a first kiss? I'm gonna go ahead and say me. I did it. I'm the romantic guy. I initiated the first kiss. Who's the first person to admit when they're wrong? Definitely Donna.
Oh, and I'm definitely the first one to admit when we're wrong. I mean, what? Who wears the pants? I probably wear the right leg and he wears the left leg.
Who wears the pants in the relationship? I mean, yoga pants or workout pants or jeans. I don't think anybody specifically wears the pants. We do a good job of communicating and making decisions together, so I feel like we do that together.
Sings better. He doesn't really sing. I can't say that I belong on The Voice either though, so no. No to both.
Who sings better? Me.
I hog the remote. Otherwise he'll turn on some horror flick and I can't watch that.
Hogs the remote. There is not a hog the remote sort of scenario, but Donna is very specific. If she's not in the room, I cannot watch a show that she wants to watch with me. So that's how she controls the TV. But there's definitely no hog the remote scenario.
Farthest we've traveled would be Hong Kong. Or New Zealand, Australia. One of those. I don't know the mileage.
Furthest place we've traveled together would have to be New Zealand and Fiji and Australia for our honeymoon. Who drives when we're going anywhere? I drive 99% of the time. She navigates. If it didn't work out that way, we would get lost because I'm horrible at navigating.
And he always drives when we are on the road because he can't read a map. I have to tell him where to go. So it works out. Driver, navigator. Love that guy. Goodness.
Happy Valentine's Day.